Hello and welcome to the Marty and Tavy show. We realize it's been some time since we've been before you, but we are so excited to be back, to have Marty back joining us. We have a loaded conversation for you tonight. Um, and I'm just going to start by saying we're done. And I'm going to let Marty take it from here and tell you what we're done about.
Hello. When I talked to Tavy about how we should start back, and I thought about being done, Malcolm X said the most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. And the most neglected person in America is the Black woman. And in this climate of what's going on in this country, we are affected from every angle, no matter if it's us personally or our children. And it was heavy on me because I'm seeing an influx of teachers quitting in this field of education. And these are our future. These are our kids that we are sitting back watching teachers just leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that we should be done, DONE, with DUN as Black women in this country. So it's been past time for us to unify as Black women.
Mm-hmm.
We uphold everything basically, and I'm not understanding why we are silent, why we haven't taken to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing white women about our history, that our children make sure they get a decent income. Does that make sense? And we're acting
Makes
like we're not the
perfect
adults.
sense.
So we should be dumb. Right.
It's a no-brainer.
It should be, but they have more unity on ignorant stuff like masks. Where are Black people that say we're dying? Our loved ones are dying over a mask, but yet it's still, I guess we're really not done, you know? So,
well, did I hear you earlier say something about we're not taking to the streets when we have all these huge Black Lives Matter movements going on? So most people would probably look at you crazy and say we are taking the street, or we're not using the right advocacies when we go to the streets. What are you saying about that?
I'm saying we're literally seeing white folks take to the streets about curriculums and what they want taught in schools. They're showing us exactly how it's done and what we too should be doing. Okay? Yeah, we're taking to the streets, but they taking to the streets and getting shit done. Unlike us. You know what I'm saying?
So and we should be just as mad as they are and making the same kind of movements, not just for, just national stuff. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem. I want to fight for the banned books too. But there are so many community ills that are directly affecting that should be having that same kind of response. Is that what you're saying?
Clearly.
I agree. And I don't have a problem getting in the streets. I can't say I've been in the streets here since I've been back for real like I need to. But I stomped the streets down in Georgia. So I don't have a problem. And they were fighting for real issues. I was stomping the street down for those same, because they were mad as heck. But that's the South. And they remember the authentic way to advocate for civil rights. And that's the way they were doing it. And I don't see that when I come back home. But I'm ready for it. So wherever those people are, I'm ready to join them and get in the streets and fight for those things that we need right now, and that we're not going to continue to keep being dismissed about. I'm ready.
But you know something? Let's say we don't go into the street. Just don't drop our kids off to the prison preps called school.
But we have to create an alternative. I was on a call a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about just that, pulling our children out. And it was one parent on there, it was just like, you're not giving me enough. Like, I want to be down with my people. I want to be unified, but you got to give me another tangible alternative that if I pull my children out and then stop their education, what alternative education can we then provide? Not no speculation of an education, but clearly, if I'm going to disrupt my child's life, tell me, what that looks like.
Well, first of all, I think we have this whole misconception of what education is. Our kids are more tech savvy than anything. Let me give you an example. We're heading to Memphis. I thought I was going to have a heart attack because my oldest girl went to sleep. I have no idea how to do the GPS and all that. And she just, you know what I'm saying? They know things we don't know. Fuck school. Fuck school.
Maybe not so much. Okay, we have our other guest joining us too. So here she is. It's Tandy joining us. So I don't know if you heard anything while you was in the studio. But we just ended with the note of Marty saying F school. And
I said fuck school. I say F.
And I'm saying F.
Why you say that, Marty?
So she want to know why.
Tell me, because we might be on the same thing. So what's your outtake? Why you say that?
Because our kids, first of all, the schools are outdated. And our kids are as tech savvy as they come. We're asking them to help us with technology. Okay? Well, for us parents who are ignorant.
Yeah.
So their whole world. Huh?
I say I don't disagree.
Well, our whole world is tech. So what the hell are they going to school and wasting their time for? And we're insulting their intelligence.
And my thing is the way they teach now. Like, man, I can't even help my kids with their homework.
Right,
because I don't understand shit. And the thing is, I'm very intellectual. I am very smart. I don't know what the fuck they doing in them schools now.
Nothing.
Because that ain't what we learn. And then it's like, I feel like y'all, if this is y'all teaching them, y'all need to teach us.
They come up with some different techniques. They realize that it's more than one way to teach. So that might be one part of the problem that we're having.
We need to know too. Because when my kids come to me with questions and I look at this, I look at a math problem and the way they work there, and math is when I say that's my subject. Love it. Yes, I was that nerd in school, math geek. Loved math. Any kind of equation, hypotenuse, whatever, that's me. But my kids can bring me a simple math equation and I look at it and I feel stupid.
Please don't. Because listen, this is what I tell.
What is this?
This is what I tell students when they tell me, especially in the high school, when they tell me, I got an F, I got this. I say, you know something? Go back and ask your teacher to go home for a week and do what your mama do. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, they're gonna kill their family because that's what they do when they lose jobs and don't know how to do something. I'm like, you worrying about this. 4 + 4 is still 8. I don't care how you do it. And that's why the enemy shouldn't be teaching our kids.
So let me reiterate what the subject matter was tonight for the show. We were talking about kind of the conversation has been structured around the Malcolm X quote where he states about the black woman being the most disrespect. Let me read it so I won't, because I got so much scrambled in my head. But I have it pulled up right here. Hold on one moment. So what we're talking about is the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And that came from Malcolm X back in May of 1962. And still right now today, the most disrespected person in America is the black woman.
Yeah, true. Yes, it is.
And so I don't know if you remember the statement. You probably didn't hear it because it's been talked about, it's been played. And it'll say, who taught you and basically what he was doing was challenging Black women to think deeply about the harmful internalizations of society's loathing of who we are, particularly when it comes to our natural appearance. He's like, who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Remember that? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the sole of your feet? And that was what he was challenging the audience of Black women.
Right. Right.
And so, and then thinking about that, and she brought up the other quote by Alice Walker. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. And that those two quotes are very powerful. But we can sit and say all day long that the Black woman is disrespected, but Malcolm X was saying it in 1962. It's still going on in 2022. Right.
Look at how many years ago that was.
50 years. Right. And so in 50 years, how much better are we really?
Well, I think it's with technology, and we have access to information. I mean, because when we go to school, we are regurgitating what they gave us. Now we have access to what
I feel like school just out the window.
Right, exactly.
At this point, I don't think there's a purpose.
I think we have. Wait. I think we have antiquated education that definitely needs to be updated to be able to be sufficient to educate those that's already been educated by all this, internet, World Wide Web exposure. So you can't keep teaching it the way it was before we didn't have that.
Right. And another thing I feel like, something that they're doing is this new thing. They're not teaching Black history in schools anymore.
What?
I feel like if y'all are not going to teach Black history, you don't need to teach history at all.
They're not teaching it. Are you sure?
From when my kids were, and this is coming from a Black school. My kids went Black schools. They in an integrated school now. But this is in a Black school, and a Black woman told me that is not her job to teach them about our history. It's mine. Yep. And at first, it pissed me off, but you know what? She right. It is my job. You know why? Because the school, even if they teach Black history, they're not going to teach them the right shit. They're not going to teach them the truth. Exactly. They're going to lie. So that's why I feel like, why teach history at all? When you think about history, what we learn in school, anything about a Black person, we got them two fews who they say created this and created that. Harriet Tubman with the Underground Railroad and whoever, whatever. They give us them little bits and pieces. But for the most part, all they teach us is we were slaves. And animals and all this shit. But y'all teach us everything about these white motherfuckers, these Europeans, and you uplift them, but you put us down. So what the fuck are you teaching these Black kids? Besides to feel like they animals and that they ain't shit but what y'all putting out there. Like, if you're not gonna teach Black history, don't teach history at all. If you feel like that's a parent's job to teach Black history, then it need to be a parent's job to teach history, period. Take it out of school. Take it out.
Like, so you said take it out of school, and you would be one of them parents willing to teach. So because if you take that money needs to follow that they were paying somebody else to
tell the truth, take this shit out. Y'all fucking lying. You've been lying. All these years, you've been lying.
So the critical race theory,
feel like the only thing we are was slaves. The fuck?
But wait. The critical race theory.
The kings, the queens, the warriors, the goddesses, the women that was slaying the fuck out of people.
They don't teach us that. They don't teach us that.
The groups of women that they looked forward more into battles and women before they looked for a man.
Yep.
We had women that were that powerful, but they're not teaching us that.
And that's why we're being disrespected and neglected and all that in America right now, because of that long history of us being able to persevere and endure. Come on now. If we didn't have those strong black women in place,
woman, the most
we would be
powerful
genocide
person in this world. And I don't say that out of any kind of hatred, racism, whatever you want to say. The black woman is the strongest being in this world. Period. Of a man, everything.
Yep.
The woman. Strongest.
Why are we not respected in that way? Because we're not in our.
They don't want us to know that.
Because we don't know
who we are. If we know who we are, we gonna take the shit. We gonna take our shit.
Okay.
Back.
Oh, that sounds like what Marty always saying. If we want it, we gonna have to take it.
You know what? When Kanye West made that statement about the slavery thing, that we slaves because we were slaves because we wanted to be woo-woo, like, and everybody came against him. I felt that shit. You know why? Because if you think about it, if you think about all these stories that they have told us, the white people were a minority. It was a few of them. And there was so many black people. How the fuck you let them rule y'all? How you let them rule? Y'all could have took that shit. Yeah, some people was gonna die. That's to be expected. In any war, what do? Them first few lines of people, we know y'all finna die. We know you're gonna die. That's expected. Come on, man. It's too many of us.
Yep.
It's too many of, and that's why they separated us. That Willie Lynch, man, that letter, if Willie Lynch was living,
okay.
When I say these motherfuckers have made him so proud.
Yep. Yes,
they have made him so fucking proud. Cause y'all did everything. That independent black woman, that was from him. Making us feel like we don't need a man. Yes, the fuck we do. Cause guess what? If we didn't need a man, why in the fuck we need them to reproduce? We'll produce on our own. If we really didn't need a man, we could make children on our own. We fucking need them. Men are our backbone. We are their backbone. But they want to take that away. They want to strip that away because these motherfuckers know the truth behind us.
Yeah, historically, our African.
If we together, black men and black women, if we together,
that's it.
It's over.
Game over. Like that table that you be sharing all the time. We got to do is stand up. And so that's where we're at. We're saying we're standing up.
Power in numbers.
If we need to get in the streets, we'll get in the street. If we need to rally our legislators, we'll rally our legislators. But we're demanding that change. We're going to have to take that change. We can't wait for nobody else to go advocate it for us, because what happens is you get people to pick up our advocacies, but it end up not going very far, and then they end up jumping aboard to something else that has some grant money attached to it or something, and that's it. It's really no passion there. So the passionate people that's living and breathing it, that understand what's going on, that can sit and call it out. Nobody can change it and say it's this, is that you know exactly what it is. We need you to get active. You Tangy, because me and Marty are already activists. All right. So we need you to get active. So it takes, just like this, like the African proverb say, each one reach one, each one teach one. And so
I've been ready. I just need to know what to do.
Okay.
Like when I say
they're gonna recruit
these last couple of years, because I'm an empath, I'm a highly sensitive person.
Me too.
Things affect me on a different level than it affect other people. Yep. So when all of that stuff went on, what was it? I guess 2020 autumn killings. When I say I thought I knew depression, I never knew until that year came. I cried. When I say I cried for them people like they were mine, and I didn't know them, but them was mine. We shared skin. So that was enough for me. And to watch these people treat them like fucking animals, like they don't matter. And they didn't care. It was no fucks given. These people went to court. They went to trial. They got away with that shit.
Yep.
When I say the pain came out. The worst side of me came out. A side of me I never even knew I had.
Mm-hmm.
So where I begged and I pleaded to God, if it was a way, I would give vengeance to all of them motherfuckers. Cause how the fuck do you ever do that? Kids? Come on, man. Kids, women. I thought it was a code to this shit. And it came to me and I'm like, you know what? Maybe these damn police, maybe they not even human. Maybe they fucking robots. Cause who do shit like that and don't care? You have no feeling, no nothing. That don't bother you. You can sleep at night.
That's
What
but
is wrong with you?
I'm realizing that's been going on since forever.
And that's
It's
the
been
thing.
going on.
So we seeing it now. It's been going on. So
Yes.
y'all been doing this shit. And so it just made me feel like, what is wrong with you? Because it came to me like, man, color, a skin color, that ain't shit. Man, that ain't shit. You ain't telling me motherfuckers doing this shit, oh, because we darker than them. Fuck nah. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's more than that. I can't wrap my mind around how somebody can do some shit like that. I look at people, I look at kids, homeless people, all that shit. That shit breaks me. It hurts me. It make me fucking cry. And you can roll up on somebody because they got a fucking toy gun and take his fucking life, and you don't feel nothing behind it. Nothing.
Well, hold on, Tam,
Are you even human?
Well, you say it's not right. I want to beg to differ because it seems like when it's their people, they have constraint.
Oh, yes, they do. When I have seen so many videos. I have seen videos. I've seen a white woman beat the fuck out the police. I'm talking about fuck them up. They ain't grab a taser. They ain't reach for nothing. Ma'am, hold, please calm down, ma'am. But you got somebody sitting in a car, hands on the steering wheel, and you a shoot them? Yep. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's programmed. Y'all have been programmed. You've been programmed to see people of color as nothing.
Yep, basically.
They're not human. They don't. And think about the years ago how they fucking said we didn't have feelings. We couldn't feel. How in the fuck we don't have feelings? We can't love? What? Like, that make me feel like, who the fuck? Maybe that's why they hate us so much. Because they can't understand why we are how we are. Because you motherfuckers don't feel shit. You don't
understand us. It's a intimidation more so. They know about the history of our kingdoms and what we can do by ourselves when we left alone. What was that quote, Marty, that said what to do with the Negro? And the answer was leave him alone. After slavery.
Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass. Leave
and
they
won't leave us alone. They too busy trying to create a program or something service.
And the crazy thing is, at this moment, I feel like it's, like an awakening happening. A lot of people are waking up, realizing, and I mean Black people, waking up, realizing who we are, who we have been. And it's like, for the longest, all y'all have said is, go back to Africa, go back to Africa. And then when you see Black people standing in their power, being proud of who they are, you still want to tear us down.
Then there's a problem.
What the fuck? So you don't want me here, but I can't be proud of who I am either. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
y'all, they are the fucking problem. You are the fucking problem.
Yeah, they are. That's true. Yes,
I love me. I love being Black. With the struggles that come with everything, being a Black woman, if I was to ever have an opportunity to be anything else, I would never choose anything else. I love this skin I have.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you know what?
This skin, when I tell you, I be about 4-5 different shades a year. I love my skin. My skin changed. Well, I ain't scared of the sun. I love the sun. The sun favor me. Like, I be looking at the sun be looking back like beaming on my ass. I be like, hey, what's up?
Well, that's a deep statement to make, Tangent. I'm glad that you are so comfortable in your skin. I can't say that's always been my thought. I mean, integrating into an all-white society from an all-black society, I kind of was like, oh, I wish I was like the white kids, because when you're smart, you get pushed with them. Unfortunately, they don't want you with them, but you get pushed with them, and that's what happened to me inadvertently. Is I got pushed with them and I became the minority. But I had just gotten educated in an all-black school system with black kids. So, I didn't understand how to process that. And so I'm pro-black, and I'll tell people all the time I'm pro-black for the simple fact I forgot once. I assimilated it, in with them so well.
I was there. Tabby, I was there. And you probably don't remember, because when I was a kid, you grown, you was out on your own, whatever like that. I had a whole identity crisis. Okay. I fell into that hole, feeling like white girl. I would, like exactly what you said, because I was this smart person. I was this intellectual person. I spoke different. I had black people telling me I wasn't black. I talked white. I didn't dance like a black girl. I didn't have rhythm. Yeah, so I went with that, and I fell into that mode of maybe I just was born with the wrong skin. And like now, looking back, I can't believe that I ever felt that way.
But I'm okay with admitting, because when we're honest with ourselves and when we say our truth, then that helps others to be able to say their truth. But understanding that was a truth, but it's no longer a thought or, a feeling that was once there because of the conditioning and the systems and all of that's in place to guarantee that kind of thinking and longing for.
Right. And they make it like, okay, so you can't be a black person and speak proper English. You can't be a black person and behave well. You know what I'm saying? So if you that type of person, or you're acting white. My thing is, what the fuck is acting black? What is that? What is talking black? And that's my thing. What the fuck is that? What is that?
There is, as a communication expert, there is a such thing as Black English is what we refer to it, and it's completely different. No, it's completely different from what we call Ebonics. All right, I literally went to class, and what college I went to. I actually took an English class. That's what it was. And it was all about the nature of language. And in that English class, it started talking about the origins of Black English. And guess who was sitting with me? They wasn't the same color as me learning about it.
And who's teaching it though? Because I feel like I can teach it if
it's all because they're constantly pulling history and information out of the schools, and nobody's fighting to keep it in. It's educate young. It's up to you to seek it out. So what that lady said to you about you being a parent and making sure your kids get it because it's important, it's on you. It's not on the public school. You got to remember, the public schools were opened up as the common schools is what they were called. And initially when they opened those schools up for the common folks, and it didn't include us, it was what it was. So them starting that school off, not including us. Do you think we're included now? No, we're included by the dollar figure that they can get off of every head that comes into that building that end up getting introduced to the school to prison pipeline. All right. And so all of that to say, we can't rely on the public schools to do anything. What we should be doing is what Marty said earlier, is calling to pull our kids out of them schools, but pull our dollars with them, because those kids have dollars attached to them. So it's time out for us just doing things
and
on
I
our
feel
own.
like that's why my kids' schools staying open. Everybody didn't went to remote but them. But yet y'all seeing numerous groups of kids home per day. Yeah, because you've been in contact with this person who had COVID. And I be what the fuck is literally my kids? I don't know if they've been in school January for like 2 weeks. I don't even think they went to school for 2 weeks in January.
That's believable.
And also
And I'm like, so why are they there? Why are y'all still open?
Money.
If you keep getting positive cases, you don't think y'all need to close?
And don't be shocked if some of those positive and them contacts and all of that is that they just trying to get some students up out of the school for a while. Because I
feel like that. And then y'all still getting your money. You're still getting paid because you got kids there. And I feel like that's what it's really about. Y'all don't give a damn about them kids. For real. Y'all don't. It's just about being open so you can still get your money.
I can't speak since I don't have any kids in school anymore, so I can't really speak to it. But just understanding, because I know you and Marty both have kids in school. And just say, we already know that them schools they don't mean the best, but we don't have a whole lot of extra options either. So we can sit here and we can talk till we blue in the face. Why can't you? Because you got to work, right? But have you ever heard of cooperative? Because think about when they had us segregated and we were stuck with each other. What did we do then? What did we do then when we were stuck with each other? We made a way out of nowhere, right? Somehow that village system was in place.
Yep.
So we've lost. Another thing. I think segregation should be a choice. I don't think y'all should force everybody to be together. If you want to be around other people, you can. But if you want to be around your people
right now.
But if you want to be around your people, then be around your people.
And buy you some acres, and you can do just that. Buy you some acres, you can do just that, and don't have to ever mess with nobody if you don't want to. But overall, I'm looking for some stuff that we can take and we can legislate, that we can make some movements on based off the passion and the needs of parents. Because that's how we're going to make it move. That's how we're going to, like you say, snatch it, take it back, demand it, whatever we want to say. That's how we're going to actually, because if we sit around and we can talk, we can do this all day long. And we can wait on the other people who are getting the billions of dollars to do it, but they're not going to do it. I don't know. But we've been waiting and ain't nothing changed. So we're going to have to be our own change. That's clear. How we do it is another thing because things do take resources. But this is the way I see things. If we start to unravel things and we can continue to build one by one together and understand the process, it's going to be kind of hard for those people that have the resources that we really need to really push things to say that they're doing something if we already didn't align together. And that's the only way I see it working, because when it's all said and done, everybody know the reason why we haven't accomplished what we need to accomplish is because we lack the unity because of all the devices and all the systems in place that keep us divided.
Right.
Right.
So,
and what we own is one of the main ones. These phones. Like literally, you sit in the room, if you look around, who actually talk to each other?
Interpersonal communication has been killed for sure.
People be in their phone. Like I literally remember Mama when I would go over her house, me and Kiki would go over there, and she'd be like, want to talk to us. We'll be sitting at the table, and both of us be in our phone, and she like. She be like, dang, like I thought y'all came to see me. Y'all got y'all faces in y'all phone. Mm-hmm. And like that's what it is now.
I've seen families come out to go out to eat, and they literally order the food. Everybody's in their phone, and the food don't even get ate. It get packed up. They don't talk to each other. I'm like, where did y'all come for?
In the phone, man. And that's crazy. Like, we got to take our lives back because literally technology has us.
Yep.
It does. Technology has us at this moment. Yeah. And I'm realizing it. Like, even when I be around my little friend, I'm like, damn. Like, bro, I feel like I'm competing with an app. How the fuck do I compete with an app? How can I compete with Snapchat?
And they knew that when they were pushing that product on us. That's why Facebook is now Meta. So there is some internal information that people are calling for, that they understood the unique habits of humans and the elevation, especially amongst the youth, that it has, because I mean they was born into this. This ain't nothing like how we have chose it because it's the new and trending thing. They were born with it. They, for as they know, it's been here the whole time. When it comes to technology. But as a communication expert, and I keep on saying that because this is one of the things that I used to write on, was about how the social media was going to kill interpersonal communication. We think that we have, depleted interpersonal communication at that point when I was talking about it back in 2010. Look at it now.
Yeah.
All right. And people was, they heard me but now I look at it and it's doing exactly what I thought it would do, and it did. But again,
it's no personal communication. Everybody is in their phone,
and I
think what be killing me. I be at work, right? I can be at work, and my client's mother. I'm in the room with my client, and her mom in the next room. She'll call me to ask me something. And I'll be like, we in the same damn house. Why are you calling me? Why you ain't just Tangy? And I could have came to you. But it's like that show you that's the life, that's where we at now. You sit here be texting, you be texting somebody that you straight under the same roof with. That don't make sense to me.
Microwave generation.
No connection. Where do we connect with each other? When do we sit down and actually look each other in the eyes and have a conversation?
Well, you may have an appreciation for that, but you'll be surprised how many people have adapted to this way and have adapted it as a normalcy of society. So you got a different type of lens on than the 20-year-old if we were sitting down talking with them right now. Okay.
Yeah, because they'll be in their phone.
They'll be in their phone, but they'll also answer. They'll answer. But they're not going to know nothing about the appreciation that you still have for an eye-to-eye conversation. They're like, what's that?
Right.
Because a lot of them have parents that's raising them that don't give them no eye-to-eye contact, yet alone a stranger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got issues. And that's something that one of my people that have shaped me, and I call him Master Splitter, I spent years talking to this man, probably about 7 years talking to him over the course of time. And, just thinking it's going to be something that's not. And I just knew he was this all-to-do guy, And at the end, when he was getting ready to retire, 2 days before he was retiring, he handed me an essay. And he said, here you go. Here's the answer. So the answer, what answer that you've been searching for the last 7 years when we're talking? Because he was very philosophical. And the title of the essay was called, and he's never came out of character with me ever, "We all fucked up." Was the essay. We all fucked up. And I said, what this means? So, now what are you talking about? And he's like, did you read it? I was like, he said, yeah, everything you've been searching, everything we've talked about these last 7 years, this is the conclusion. And I was just like,
that was it.
And then, can I fight it? Can I deny it? That is what I've been all the years from the everything. And I'm like, yeah. So then he said, now take this and see people just that way.
Yep.
And I've been doing it ever since. And it's been the most liberating feeling that anyone could feel, because I look at everyone and understand that nobody's above. I don't care what's attached to you, whether it be money, whatever kind of materialistic thing. When it's all said and done, we all fucked up in some kind of way. So I'm not gonna say, I can drill on all the perceived to be negative things that we see that some people can't hide, but there's some people that we know that they can hide the same kind of things. It's just they able to hide it. And so I can't look at one way that hides it well and look at the one that don't hide it well and don't look at them the same. So all that to say, everybody I meet, every person I meet, every child I meet, I come with the perception already, regardless of what kind of communication exchange that we have. I understand that we all effed up. So if they want to say whatever, I'm going to respect it. I might not always agree because I'm not a yes man, but I respect everyone for their differences. And that is how we're going to move what we say we're going to move. Only way we're going to unify, only way we're going to undo those devices, only way we're going to undo those systems is if we all respect each other and understand that we all messed up in some kind of way.
And we different. And everybody ain't gonna feel the same, think the same, look at shit the
But
same.
that didn't keep
That's
our
the
kingdoms
problem.
going.
That's
But that
one of
didn't
the
keep.
main
But that's the
problems.
very thing that kept us going until we understand that it's okay to be us.
Right. To be different.
And to
I don't have to,
disband
you
and
don't have to agree
shed.
with me. I don't have to think the same thing you think. You can look at something and view it a certain way, and I can view it differently, and that's okay. Like, people don't get that. It's okay. We don't have to feel the same way. That's fine.
And you're there, but not a lot of people are there. That's all I'm saying. And that's what's keeping us divided.
And that's what I'm saying. That's a problem.
I know.
And I feel like that's one of the main things when it comes to religion.
Oh, Lord.
And when it
Oh.
comes Christianity, Islam, man, them one of the two main religions to teach you to hate and separate. But then you preach God is love.
Right.
But you hate everybody that don't believe or follow what you follow.
No,
I came up in this shit.
Jesus.
I came up in this.
The cross.
I'm talking about 6 years old telling people they was gonna go to hell. And people thought that shit was cute. That was funny. Ain't shit cute or funny about that. A little girl condemning somebody to hell because you don't believe
we shouldn't have did that because only God can judge you.
Exactly. And that's the thing. But the Christian church don't teach you that shit. They teach you that you can judge. You fucking can judge. If you don't worship how I worship, if you don't do what I do, if you don't think how I think, you're the devil. You're Satan. You're going to hell. You're gonna burn. That's all the shit I got coming up in church.
And who wants to burn?
When it came to my choice, I ran. I ran from that. When mama told me I could choose to go to church tonight, I ran from that shit. And I never knew why, but I fucking ran because it never felt right with me. It never sat right in my soul. I'm like, if you preach that God is love, God is all it is. But then you give a different picture of him when you talk about the destruction, you make him sound bipolar. The fuck? Like, what? Is this him?
He's a loving God.
But what I came to is that I know God is in me.
Mm-hmm.
And if that shit ain't right with me, that shit ain't right at all. So the one thing I do appreciate from coming up in church, I learned my rights and wrongs. But I don't like the fact that it made me so judgmental. I judge people even when I don't try to. And I had to realize, just because somebody don't see something the way I see it, or, you know what I'm saying, you got to think about how people came up, how people grew up. Maybe that was the lifestyle they came up in. But I'm going to look at you and I'm going to condemn you and I'm going to feel like I'm better than you because you ain't on what I'm on. That ain't right. That ain't God. That ain't love.
And you know, and the one thing about the Bible, I always say, and I don't argue with people, we already know that the Bible was biasly put together with some things purposely left out, all of that. I don't sit and try to debate that. But what I say is the Bible is the greatest story ever written. And that sense of being able to share morally influenced stories of real life lessons that you wouldn't typically just run into like that. And that's what I use the Bible for. It's those life lessons, and I appreciate it for that. But again, what you're saying, God is in us. As Christians, as a Christian, I believe that Jesus lives in me, and so that God that's in me is because Jesus was a perfect being, and we'll never have another perfect being like that come to this earth and die for our sins and then do nothing. So I believe in that. And that, and that's for me to believe. And I tell people all the time, I respect you, but don't take my Jesus from me. You can have that Bible if you want that Bible. I don't care about that Bible, but I care about Jesus because this is where my personal relationship is. This is who has shown me things when nobody else could show me. When I've been hurt beyond hurt, and I've been able to call this name, and I've been able to hold on to this cross, and I've been good. So that's my power within that I know that I can access at any time. If you burn the Bible tomorrow, this is the relationship and the connection that I have with Jesus already authentically, because as you know, Africans are spiritual beings anyway. So spiritually we connected already. And so I don't debate the Bible with people. I'm not going around I'm not being nobody's preacher, so it ain't my problem. I'll refer them to one of my brothers and sisters who do. All right. That's not my forte and will probably never be my forte. But I will take those gospels and I will perfect it, and I will perfect anybody that wants to be a Christ highlighter and understand the walks of Jesus Christ, to understand all the different miraculous things that were happening then can still happen now, is where I'm at. All right. And it's all inside of you. That power is there.
Right. And what you're saying is the proof of what I'm saying, that people need to understand we don't have to agree. So you, like, I spoke how I felt and you spoke how you felt. And I can accept what you're saying because that's you and that's how you feel. And that's cool. But you got people that's going to come against you like, nah, this, that ain't right. That ain't right. How you even know
that they got?
How do you even know? You don't know.
They come against you, all right. But
like,
overall, we gotta respect.
Can we agree to disagree?
Yes.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying with the different religions. Like, my thing is, I came to a point where I feel like, how everybody feel like it's just one God. Who knows? Maybe we all have our own God. Maybe black people got a God. Maybe Indian people got a God. Maybe Haitian people, whoever, whatever. Maybe we all got our own God, but y'all want to be like, oh, no, you don't worship this God. That God is vain and you're sinning and this is it. Like, is it really that deep? Do it really have to be like that?
I mean,
as long as that's what you believe in, that's your faith. That's where you at.
Humankind. Remember now, the story says, and again, I'm a Christian, so I go off of my Christian belief. And the story says that it's a broken world. So that's why. That's the reason it's already a broken world. All right.
I feel like yo Hindu, yo Islam, what they call it? What's that? I don't know. I saw Malek, whatever.
Muslim.
Yeah, I'm not finna tell you that the God you worship ain't God, because it ain't the God I believe in. That's your God, okay? That's you. Like, my thing here, and with me being a nurse, I come across people with different religious beliefs. Mm-hmm. I'm not finna shit on nobody's belief because it's not mine.
Mm-hmm. And that's the right thing to do.
And something I even had to realize when I was in nursing school, because I looked at like, different beliefs, but I didn't think about, what if I have a patient that's a Satanist that worship the devil? How am I going to approach that? Because if I look at that and I don't, I'm still judging.
You got to treat them the same way you would approach a Christian.
Exactly. That's what you believe. That's your belief. I might not believe it, but I'm going to respect what you believe.
Mm-hmm. And that's all you can do is respect it. And and kind of, we're right at the 10-minute stretch of the show. But I want to kind of pull us back. And Marty been quiet, but you've been a thought.
I've been talking so much.
But guess what? You the firecracker she normally be, so I think she just was enjoying hearing.
Right. Is that
you a breath of fresh air. I don't know. She
Okay,
can
because
tell you.
I feel like I kind of took over, and I want to.
No. What you
Oh
think?
no, never.
Okay.
Okay, no. We
'Cause
want
it's
to hear
y'all
young
show.
people, but you ain't hear what you said. Our whole purpose is we're trying to elevate you young women because y'all are the parents. Because Marty
Right.
has a great passion, and she's been fighting a long time, much longer than what I've, joining the scene has been fighting. And that's what her passion has always been: education. And she's been speaking truth to power like no other, whether or not people listening or not. But she's been doing that. But now she really needs strong mothers like you to really elevate your voice just like you're doing. Not her elevate all the time, but be able to have intelligent young women like you to say what it is and mean it. And so I'm just happy that you came on here and you spoke and you were free and you were able to express and everything you said. You didn't hear us debating. If you would have said some wrong things, Marty would have jumped in.
Shut up,
But Marty would have jumped in and be like, wait.
Hey, man.
no, goodness
Overall, I think that you have definitely came on and gave us exactly what we need. Like I said, we're still working towards the 500 Black women. We kind of got off track, and I know that you were one of the ones that originally committed to being one of the 500 Black women. When she saw the logo, she went crazy. I need a shirt. So and even said, she'll donate
We need
whatever you do. And so here it goes, so here we are again revamping, but not really disconnecting from anything. We still connect to everything. It's just a matter of aligning and getting those real people that's willing to stand the test of time and mean what we're saying about the real change and not no fluff. And being able to call it out when we see the fluff and say, no, that's not it. Move back. At the same time, be able to love on our people and our people fully, but especially our Black women. We don't love our sisters, and somebody done told us somewhere down the line that we can't love that we shouldn't be loving our sisters.
I hate it.
I don't know if Marty fell off or if she got off, but
that's why I hate it.
And so we gotta
dark skin.
But it's all devices to keep
natural,
us
fake,
separated.
Like, it doesn't matter. I just love when I say if I see a Black woman, any compliment I can think of, I just throw it at her. Oh, you so pretty. Your shoes are cute. I like your hair.
All right, Marty can join us back.
Anything I can say.
But Marty names the topics of our shows, and so I really want to hear something that she might have been wanting to say that may not have been said up on this show, because we only have about maybe 7 minutes. So Marty, I want you to go ahead and talk about how we're going to get that respect and all of it. Get people to understand that Black women are human too, and that we do have feelings, because that's what I see. Even though we strong, we still have feelings, and it just seems like we totally disregard it.
That so-called angry Black woman syndrome y'all want to call, that's pain, for real. That's pain.
Well, I kind of agree with you, Tangi, about the whole Bible and the church, because I've gotten away from church, and I see just how white supremacy used the Bible to keep us bound, to keep us broken, and to keep us hurt. So with it, I swear it seems like I've been so liberated since I've left the church. I'm born and raised in church. And so and we say demand it and all that. And I look at the issues that we face in America legislate, we allow it. Can we just stop allowing it? Or stop paying into it? Because when you think of Black women, we pay into a whole lot of stuff that hurt us. But we're not thinking about that at that moment. And it's like, now it's time for us to be conscious. And when we're conscious, we're intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here, like you said, Tangi, this is a move that we have been waiting on. America can't get no clearer to us how it feels about us.
So I don't know if you heard earlier when she made the statement that she mentioned 2020. Remember, 2020 woke a lot of people up with all them protests while everybody was sitting down and they were having all them protests across the country. That's been her liberation. That's what then woke her up and made her be what you heard tonight, you know. And obviously, you know, you had your moment what woke you up, and I had my moment that woke me up. What I want to drive at with her is now that we got her woke, because that's what we say we stomping for, is to wake our sisters and brothers up, but our sisters mainly because we got an intentional objection to waking our sister up. And here it is, not only she's a black sister and she's actually my personal sister, but she's a sister, you know, and a young one at that. She's got, you know, we got her, I got her by 11 years and you got her by a few more, you know. And so we got her, we got this young sister, and she ready more than a lot of young sisters her age that we run into. What we gonna do with her, Marty?
I have no idea. Nancy, what you want to do?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm woke. I know who I am. I know what my purpose is. I know why I came here. I just need somebody. I ain't gonna say I need. I want somebody to stand with me and help me make a change. I used to always think, oh, I'm just one person. How much can I do? But I've realized I do a lot as one person. Through healing myself, I heal a lot of people. My energy, the type of person I am, I know I was put here for a reason. I understand. I used to wonder why I had the life I had. I used to feel like I was dealt a bad card of life. But I understand I went through those things because I was meant to help bring people out of that darkness. And the thing is, how can you lead somebody out of something you ain't never went in?
Right.
How can I help you come out of darkness if I ain't never been in the dark? So I done been there, and I done been through so much. I done been through, when I say the shit I done been through from a child to now, people have probably killed themselves over less. And I'm still standing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still here. And I'm still willing with an open heart to love and help. Like, I know that is my purpose here. That's my purpose on this earth. And I'm ready to do it. I need my soul tribe. I need my team. So we can do this.
Well, you gotta go one by one sometimes, and it'll happen. You just gotta have a little more patience. But everything that you are hoping and wishing that will happen in due time. You already know I got your back. So whatever I'm connecting to, I'll connect you with it. I'll give you whatever instruction. You already know you can call me up whenever you want to, and we'll spend an hour or two, whatever we need to do to hammer things out. And if it's nothing but, believe me, she will. Trust me.
No,
my little sister take. Don't
give you two.
Girl, I can't put her no time limit. That girl take however long she needs. She'll call me. What you doing? I'm like, oh shit. Hold on. Let me put on.
Hey, you see how I did you the other day? I had a whole revelation. I need to talk.
But I love it because I have made myself available for that very reason. And that's one of the things that you don't see me doing a lot of socializing like I was doing. And mainly because my sisters need me, my family need me. So I can give all this energy out to everyone else. But guess what? I've been going around my siblings and my children. And so that's who, outside of you, Marty, that's who I'll be with. Now I am getting on the business and I have to, I'm having meetings. I'm popping in meetings and everybody keep including me. And I know I have to, I'm healed now. So I know I got to go ahead and push on out, but I'm loving it. I'm loving your energy, Tangi. We are down to the last 40 seconds of our show. So we always just kind of give a shout out, tell people to like, subscribe, whatever you have to do. We love you. Matter of fact, right at the end, Matu just said greetings, ladies. So he just joined us, but hopefully he can chime in and watch the show. But Matu, we're about 20 seconds out from saying bye. So I'm going to go ahead and say it first, and Tangie can say bye as well. But I'm Tavy, and thank you for watching the Marty and Tavy show.
I'm Marty. Thanks.
Tangie, I'm a guest, and I'll be back. You guys will see me. So if you like me, I'll be back. I'll most definitely be back because I got a lot to say. I do.
All right. We